Okay, well, I'm gonna start, and I'm sure the kids are gonna walk in here and want to help, but making some zucchini chocolate chip bread. First, I'm going to clean the kitchen because I don't like doing anything with dishes in the sink and counters not clean. Who does? But you never know. So first, let's just see the zucchinis that we're going to use. They're up there in that scale. I'm not even going to use a full zucchini to get the amount that I need for the recipe, but that's okay because we'll just make more with it. So usually when I bake, these are the things I need besides the ingredients. I need a clean kitchen and I need something on TV. And right now it's on the Hallmark Channel because it's Christmas in July and I am a nerd. So yeah, we're gonna start baking in just a few moments. Okay, getting started. So bulk of the ingredients that we're gonna use: 2 cups of almond flour. We're gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but I don't have that yet. Sometimes I just don't even like putting the salt in, but because it's just to like balance taste. So we'll see. You're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda, and then you're gonna do 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Do a 1/4 cup of the oil. The recipe calls for coconut oil, but I didn't have any, so we're gonna use this nice grapeseed oil. We're gonna use a 1/4 cup of the Truvia sugar blend. It is not just like a regular granulated sugar, and so yeah, it's a substitute. Stevia. Gooder. That's gooder for you. I can speak. You're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 eggs. I took them out a while ago because we want them at room temperature. And then you're going to, the key ingredient is the grated zucchini that's gonna go into this lovely bread. Oh, and then an add-on, I'm gonna add some of these nice dark chocolate chips or bittersweet chocolate chips to the zucchini bread, just because that's just the way that I like them. However, I'll eat them any other way as well. Yes, I do. Now we're gonna start getting these ingredients together. Okay, so 2 cups of almond flour. I'm going to do all the dry ingredients first into this measuring cup. I do have a mixer, but I don't really need to use it because the batter is not really difficult to handle. Once I get all the dry ingredients, I'm going to add them into this bowl to the not so dry ingredients. So there we go. So we have the 2 cups of almond flour. And now we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda. For over 25 years, this lovely 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which I'm super excited about because I love cinnamon. Anything that reminds me of the fall, I'm going to love and enjoy during the summer. I usually just use kind of like heaping spoonfuls of this stuff too, well, the cinnamon anyway, because I love it. The ingredients are posted over here. And yeah, so I got the baking soda in there, the cinnamon. I'm just gonna do a pinch of salt to add into this. And there's our salt. So I'm just gonna stir these dry ingredients up. Kind of break up these bigger chunks of the almond flour. I always just use a fork. It's easier to handle, especially when you're doing the almond flour or the dry ingredients in the smaller mixing bowls. Yeah, I don't like to put a big giant whisk in there. I feel like it always, for me, it always just explodes everywhere. And so once this is all nice and blended in here, I'm gonna put all the wet ingredients in here first, mix them together, and then I'm gonna start adding the dry ingredients to this. Okay, so while I get the wet ingredients together, I'm going to take the time to preheat the oven to 350, so it's already there. I'm gonna start that. And I should say that I've already actually treated the baking pans. So I've already sprayed them down with cooking spray. I would to use parchment paper to line them up with, but we ran out yesterday. So I just sprayed them down. It's really not a big deal. It's just kind of a less of a cleaning situation, less of a cleaning hassle. So, but I'm pretty confident that they won't be sticking too much to those pans. Okay, so we're gonna start by cracking our 3 eggs into here. Have a garbage can right underneath me. And I can totally crack an egg. Had a little shell in there.
And incredibly embarrassed. Trying to process this. How did the other connect? His name is Joe Parker. We met at Megan and Larry's Christmas party.
Okay, so we're gonna add the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I always just pour it right over the bowl in case any of it spills over. I'm gonna add the 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, or grapeseed oil. I don't like using vegetable oil for doing anything. Usually even too, if I had applesauce, I would be using applesauce instead of the oil, because that can be used as a substitute. I thought about pureeing some apples really quick, and then it just got late. I didn't want to take time to do that, so, but it would have been really, really good actually. So next time. Okay, so now we are going to add the 1/4 cup of the sugar substitute. This has a nice, awesome pouring spout that I really appreciate. It's clean, there's no spills, and you can just pour it right into that cup without overdoing it. Okay, so I'm going to take the same fork and I'm just going to whisk this together. Stir it all up. And once this is all done, where it's nice and whisked together, I'm going to put the zucchini pieces in here. Now the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of zucchini. This is well over a cup, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to use them all because I think it's actually going to add some nice texture to the zucchini bread, and you can never have enough zucchini. Is that a thing? Okay, so I'm going to get these coated in the egg. And now, the dry ingredients. So these are like unlike cookies. Usually with cookies you would like add in the batter little bits at a time just to get it blended to make it easier. The almond flour makes it really nice and easy to blend all these ingredients together without having to use a lot of like bicep power to do it. So yeah, you just have to be careful to keep scraping the sides, because if you stay in the center, then that's when it tends to go like explode out from the sides. Okay, so this is looking nice and mixed together. You can see it. Yummy. I'm going to pour some chocolate chips in there, and we'll be ready to put this in the pan loaves. Loaf pans. That's it. Adding these chocolate chips. So, I had a big chunk just kind of come out from there. Okay, so now we're going to fold these into the mixture. These are going to be so good. I can't wait until these are baked. Gonna put them in those loaf pans. Okay, got these ready.
May love and light fill your heart with joyous.
Amen. Want to go find one? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so as I'm doing this in real time, I'm realizing that I don't need two. This is gonna make one loaf of zucchini bread. I don't know why I was thinking that it was going to be two. Forgive me. But it's all nice and in there. I'm going to top the top of it with extra chocolate chips. So I'm just going to spread those around. And it looks really yummy. Okay, so we're ready to put it in the oven. Okay, time to set this puppy in there. We're gonna bake this for 35 minutes. Well, actually, I'm gonna do 33 because it says between 30 and 35. I always like to hit that middle mark. And here we go. Okay, zucchini bread's done. Excuse me. It looks and smells really good. We're gonna let it cool and then we're gonna try some. Okay, she's nice and cool, and we are going to do a taste test. I'm gonna actually cut from this side. Ooh, it cuts in nice and, oh. So there's the inside. It looks so perfect. Okay. That's yummy. One bite. What do you think? It's so good, huh?
Amazing.
There you have it. Chocolate chip zucchini bread. It is yummy.